Welcome back to my knitting podcast. This is my second episode of the Lopi podcast, Lopi Knit podcast. Not quite sure yet, but this is episode 2. If you came back to watch me again, thank you so much. Honestly, I was kind of shocked that anybody watched the first one, so I'm so pleased and kind of nervous and excited. So thank you for watching, and if you're watching from the first one, again, thank you for watching my second episode. My name is May. I am Lopi Knit on Instagram, Ravelry, YouTube, anywhere you can find me, Lopi Knit. And let's get started. So today I am wearing, this thing is amazing, honestly. This is the Dawa Slipover by Yamagara Knits, and it is so amazing. Let me show you some details. So we have this wonderful, so is this all just twisted rib? And it is so cool. Modular construction. And then we've got this cabling detail with some eyelets, cabling lace details. So amazing. And then of course my favorite part, the shoulder detail. It's hard to show, but it's just the cutest little cable shoulder detail. And it is so fun, it is so warm, and it is so soft. I knit it with the recommended yarn, which I never do, and it was such a splurge. I got it as a Christmas gift. It is the Mayak, is it the Mayak Baby Lace? It is so soft. So it's Mayak is the, or is it M-Yak? I don't know how people say it, but that yarn brand that just does yak yarn. So it's 100% baby yak yarn lace weight. And my husband, every time I wear this, he like touches my shoulders. It's just like, that is so soft. And it is so soft. If you have not worked with yak yarn, it is such a splurge, but you should try it. It is so fabulous and wonderful. I really recommend it. All right, so that's what I'm wearing today. Let's start. I am not a big finisher. I'm not the fastest knitter, but I do have an FO this week, a finished object. Let me show you. Da, 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 da. Of course, it's just a sock, and it's a huge gauge sock. It's so cute though. So one night I was so cold because where I live right now, Utsunomiya, Japan, it is so fickle, the weather. So it's starting to become fall, and some days are so hot, like mid 70s. The sun is beating down on you. And some days are like really cold and windy. And so one night I was just like so cold. My feet were cold all night, and we don't have like a cold blanket yet because we just moved in here. So that next morning I woke up, got out of bed, and just cast on some socks. So I used the DRK Everyday sock pattern. And what I did, so that's like a normal sock pattern with normal fingering weight recommended. So what I did, I cast on the baby size in holding double, fingering held double on I think 4.5 millimeter needles. And this thing is perfect. It fits both me and my husband perfectly. It's just like a cozy, like chunky sock to wear to bed. So it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. But these will be perfect for keeping us warm. So I have knit 1, 2, 3 socks so far. This one I have not woven in my ends. But one more sock, I have 2 pairs. So I inadvertently participated in Socktober, which I never thought would be my thing because like, I just don't know if I'm going to be a sock knitter. But here I am knitting some socks. So only for bed. These are just in Holst Garn Super Soft. The same one I knit that slipover in. So definitely not something you want to wear out on the town in your boots, but I think it will hold up fine just for sleeping in. So finally I have a finished object. It really does feel good after doing, because I almost exclusively work in fingering weight for everything, sweaters, everything. So it takes so long to finish something. So it feels really good to just like one of these will take a whole day from morning till night, knitting, and like eating and stuff, taking breaks. But this is like one day of knitting and I have a finished something. It's great to have those projects kind of just get your mojo back if you're feeling a little like down because you can't finish anything. Definitely recommend this project. It was really fun to knit. I love knitting a rib. I don't know if it's just me. Seems like everybody else hates it, but I love a rib. So I'd really recommend the DRK Everyday Socks. They're so awesome. What else? So my only other whip. So I was consumed with socks this week. My only other whip is a long-term whip. Will I ever finish? I got so the Stria cardigan, if you were watching last week, I was complaining about the sleeves and never feeling like I was ever going to finish them. And I still feel that way, but I did a few, probably 3 rows between the stripes. And I was committed. I'm like, I'm only going to work on the sleeve. And then I woke up that morning and was like, I need socks. So then I kind of put this one away again. But maybe once I finish that last sock, I'll get back in on it. I just want to wear it so bad. And it taunts me every day that I can't wear it. So hopefully I'll get going on that one soon. And I would say those are my only whips for the week. I have other whips lying around, but that's all I worked on this week. I have some sad whips that have become quite forgotten in this little drawer over here. I have a little pair of legs. I always I love knitting toys, but I don't love the knitting of toys. You know what I'm saying? I love having a knitted toy, but it really is it's not normal knitting. You have to focus on every round. It's like sculpting more like. And so here's the beginning. This is going to be an Arne and Carlos Frejmer Poodle pattern. I don't even think this pattern's on Ravelry, but it's so cute. I bought it on their website. It's going to be a little poodle. Right now it's just legs and a little torso. So I didn't work on this week, but it is a whip and it is hanging out, just waiting for me. Okay. Let's see. So I titled this podcast Treatments for Cast-on-itis because I really do have a serious case of cast-on-itis. So I think the problem is I have too many whips in fingering weight. So it takes so long to finish anything that it's okay, I cast on 3 things and now the next 6 months of knitting is set, which is not my favorite thing. But I have a new segment of my podcast called Didn't Cast On. So I have my finished objects, my works in progress, and my didn't cast ons. The first one I didn't cast on is a mini Augustines number 1. This is such a cute lace baby blanket. It's a radial shape. I bought the pattern forever ago because Inga from Knitting Traditions made one. And I just thought it seemed so fun to make. There are no babies in my life that I'm knitting blankets for, but I think it's cute on the back of a couch. So I want to make one. I have the pattern. I almost cast on, but I didn't. I think I will, but not this week. Maybe when I finish my half and half triangle shawl, then I'll have another project similar, another blankety project. So I didn't cast that on. Good job, me. I also didn't cast on, but I made plans to cast on something. I think plans are better because it satisfies that part of you that wants to do work on something else, but you don't actually cast anything on. You just make a plan. So I decided what yarn I'm going to use. I decided what pattern I'm going to use. And I decided, because it's been one of my goals, to make something that my husband and I can wear, share, because I love an oversized garment. There are 2 sides of me. There is one side that's the totally tight, everything skin tight, Lululemon kind of girl. And then the other side is just I wear my husband's clothes and he's a very large man. So I love swimming in fabric and I think I would just love swimming in a sweater. So the plan: knit an Ingrid sweater by PetiteKnit. So I knew my husband wanted cables, but I didn't want to do the classic cable because he's huge and cables are not something I find very much joy in. I do love the cable on this, but it's only one and it's like this big. So I can't do a whole sweater in cables, but the cabling pattern on the Ingrid sweater is unique. It looks very easy. There's only so many crosses and nothing is too thick. So I think it gives that aesthetic of like textured, cabled, really cool, but it gives it in a way that's much easier and more enjoyable to knit with the different sections, the different panels. And I think I'm going to knit that in a light gray yarn. I'm thinking it will be Holst, super soft always, held double. I think I'm going to make an order in December. I'm not ordering yet. My stash will not grow until I'm ready, but I am going to make an order, I think in December, and I'm going to order for that project, and I'm going to order, so 1 cone for that project, and then I'm going to order 2 more cones for, I really want to make a giant colorwork sweater in 2 colors, but I haven't planned that one yet. And then also something I didn't cast on, and I also didn't buy. I really thought about buying the pattern because it's on sale, but I try to only buy patterns if they're on a crazy sale or if I'm going to use them right away. So the pattern I didn't buy is the Arne Carlos pattern for Rowan. It is so cool, so unique. I've never seen anything like it. Let's see if I can say it. It's Bjornoya. It's polar bears, and it's so freaking cool. So the polar bears, it's a 2-color work, the gray and the white. And then the black for the nose and eyes is duplicate stitch. And it looks amazing. And I just really want to knit it. But maybe like in a few years, that it kind of looks a little extra, a little difficult with those giant color work repeats. We'll see. But I think that would be so cool. If you haven't seen this pattern yet, I think it's really unique. So I wanted to share it with you. Also, I do have some acquisitions. Last time in episode 1, I was kind of humming and hawing about what to do with my stash and like how I feel about buying more yarn or not buying more yarn. And you guys left some awesome comments. But I did end up buying more yarn last week only because Arne and Carlos, who I love, announced their 2024 advent calendar. They said it's going to be stocking again. And so what this is, they did it last year and I participated and it was so much fun. They give you a little bit of a chart every day. And then at the end of the knit along, you have a full stocking for Christmas. And last year mine turned out so cute. I'll put a picture right here. And I really wanted to do it again this year. So I did buy yarn. It came with the cutest package. So, dun, 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 dun. Here in Japan, the main place to buy yarn, especially if you love like full wool yarns and European yarns, it's the Knitting Squirrel. Amirisu is the shop name. And they just have the cutest little icon, the cutest little sticker. Is it going to focus? Everybody has this problem, and now I have this problem too. But it is so freaking cute, and it always comes in paper with the little sticker. Let me rip it open. Sorry if it's noisy. Try to be quiet. But because it's a Christmas stocking, I went, per my husband's request, classic Christmas. I did a little bit of a twist. I'm not big on like primary color holiday stuff, but I put a tiny twist on it. And here is the colors I chose. Of course, green, red, white was what they recommended for the mystery knit along. And here they are. I chose Jamieson's of Shetland Spindrift. This is what I did last year. They want you to work in something else, but I love this yarn. This is what I did last year, and I loved the result. I got white, bottle, and rust. So I went for an orangey red, which is my favorite kind of red. I love an orangey red. And of course, if I'm going a super orangey warm red, I wanted kind of a cooler toned blue. So I went with this bottle, which has kind of like navy notes to it, navy forest green kind of combo. And then I thought I wanted high contrast, so I went with pure white, even though I almost never go pure white. I love an oatmeal. I love a cream. But I think this will be such a cute little stocking. What do you think? So I did buy yarn this week, and that's the yarn I bought. And I'm so excited to participate in another knit along. This is the only one I've ever done last year, and I'm going to do it again. And I think if they keep doing it, I'll do it every year because it was so fun. Okay. So that's what I bought. That was my acquisition section. I also bought patterns. So I said, like, what, 5 minutes ago that I never buy patterns unless I need them. But there was a crazy sale. It might be over by now. But Andrea Mowry had a 50% off sale. And so I did buy a few things. But luckily, I've already used one. So I bought the DRK Everyday Sock pattern, which I didn't have yet. I'm not a huge sock knitter, but I was like, if I'm gonna knit a sock, it's gonna be that one. So I bought it, and then probably literally the next day, I was like, I need a giant sock. So I already used that one, go me. And then the other one that I bought was Briochealicious. I've been wanting to try like a classic shawl. I've never knit one. I don't know if it's my thing or not, but I think knitting it will be my thing. But will wearing it be my thing? I need to try it out. So I knew I wanted to try a brioche one. So of course, Briochealicious. It's so cool. I think I want to do like a green on green monochromatic stripe. I'm not sure. I also really love like maybe white and red, kind of like a barber pole vibe. So I bought 2 patterns and 6 balls of yarn this week. So kind of a big week for me. And then, I have some miscellaneous at the end here. I made a sock blocker. So I've never bought a sock blocker because I don't know if I'm going to be a sock knitter, but I tried to make one of my own. It is very, very ugly if you see it. It is cardboard and tape. I looked up how to do it and people said that works, and it works. I made my husband cut it out because I hate cutting cardboard, and then I just like covered it in packing tape. What do you think? It's not the best, but it does work. It does make my sock look really cute in a photo, and that's all I needed. That's all I needed from it. So if you're in a pinch and you want a sock blocker, but you don't know if you want to buy a real one of those beautiful wood ones, make one and then make the decision. So I'll make the decision later, who knows when. But for now, I'm rocking the cardboard. And then, oh yeah, I have a little bit of notes right here. I just wanted to say thank you for watching my last episode. I really, really did not expect. I expected like 10 views. I expected maybe like after my 20th video, people would start to watch, but like so many people watched my first video. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm so excited and a little nervous and kind of like, ooh, I hope everybody likes me. You know, just classic being self-conscious things. But people left the awesomest comments, and it was really cool because I asked like, what do other people think about stash stuff? And people left really awesome comments with great advice. I really loved this one comment. I'll put it right here. Is it Chase Hawkins? They said, to answer your question, I stash manage by picking a storage space in the house that already exists, i.e. a drawer, and designate it as my yarn stash place, and I am not allowed to outgrow it. So I'm mindful about getting new yarns, but not banned from getting it without a project planned. As long as I have space, I can buy more, and if I want to buy more, I must use something I have. It's worked for me so far. I think this is exactly what I needed to hear. So I also have a little piece of furniture where I'm putting my yarn, and maybe it's halfway full. So I'm not spilling out of it yet, but I think if I was, that would be too much. So I think I'm going to follow this advice. I think this is my one piece of furniture for my stash. Once it starts to get full, now I know, try not to buy more, try to use more. And I've always been a person, it's like, I want to just go to the yarn store, find something I love and buy it, but you can't do that forever, otherwise you'll have infinite yarn. So now I know once it starts getting full, that's a behavior to stop, to work on. And if it's empty, then go ahead. If you find something you love, like, because you don't want to say no too much because it's a hobby, you want to have fun. But if you're always saying yes, maybe you won't be able to eat that week, you know. And then, let's see, was there anything else I wanted to say? I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you. I think that's everything. I'll get to knitting and have much more fun stuff to talk about next time than just socks. If I'm very, very, very good, maybe I'll finish that sleeve. We'll see. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, you can subscribe and then you'll be able to see my next videos more easily. And if you're interested, you can leave a like below. And you could also leave a comment and tell me what you thought of the podcast, if there's anything you think I should change. If you have any advice for getting through Sleeve Island, that would be very helpful. If you've also made a cardboard sock blocker, I'm very curious. So please let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next week. Bye!